Okay, folks, here we go again. We're back at it. Intro to SolidWorks tutorial series. I'm going to create a new document for this one. You'll notice that we are in our new document dialog box in the advanced mode now. I'm going to hit the OK button to open up a new part file. And if you remember from our last tutorial, what we did is we drew out a sketch to be the profile of a revolved boss base. And then we drew out another sketch, a straight line, that we transformed into construction geometry with a right click and selecting the construction geometry button. Now, SolidWorks calls that an axis, and they're right. It's an axis of revolution. We use that piece of line work as an axis for our revolve. And there are several different tools within the command manager that all require an axis to function properly. And those are revolve boss base, revolved cut, linear pattern, and circular pattern also. All of those are going to need an axis to work properly. And so what I like to do is create a stockpile of axes in all three dimensions of 3D space that I can then refer back to anytime I want to use any one of these tools. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a template of that so that every single time we open up a new part file in SolidWorks, we're going to have those three axes ready for us to use at any point. Okay? So let's do that now. We're going to go to Reference Geometry and expand the dropdown and go to Axis. And then we realize, as with so many tools up here in our command manager, once we open it up, we realize it's a lot more than it seems. There's actually 5 different ways to create an axis here in this tool. And we're going to use this one here called 2 planes. And this is how it works. Select 2 planes, and then you just select 2 planes in 3D space. And when you double click, you create an axis line in between those 2 planes. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the green checkbox for that one. I'm going to go ahead and open up a new axis tool here and hit 2 planes, and I'm going to go right plane and let's see, front plane to create the top and up and down axis. And then I'm going to make one more like this. It's going to be there we go. Top plane and right plane, excuse me. Hit the green checkbox and confirm that we like that. So there we go. And so now SolidWorks has been awesome and has done what it always does, which is make a complete record of all 3 things that we've done. And so now we have these 3 axes ready for us to use at any point. We can get back in here and we can draw a profile curve, and then when we're ready to revolve that, we can just click on any one of these axes and they are all ready to go. So now that I've made them, I'm just going to hide them because I don't like to look at them all the time. So I'll just shift, select them all, and go to hide. Okay, but now I want to create a template for this new customized interface of SolidWorks. You see what we've done. So I'm going to go here to File and go Save As. And it normally saves our part files as part files, but this time I'm going to want to save it as a part template. And I'm going to name it Axis 1. Sorry. And there we go. So now when I shut this down and go to open up a new file, I'll have the option to open up this new customized template as opposed to the standard default template that I've been opening thus far. Let's take a look and see if it worked. Close this down. We'll go to File and go to New, and here we are in our advanced new document dialog box, and as you see, we now have our new template ready to go. So if we were still stuck back in the old novice way, we wouldn't see the new template that we created. So this is why you have to go to the advanced mode from now on. So click on the new axis number 1 template and hit OK. And voila, we are now in our new customized template with all 3 of our axes defined and ready to be used as much as we want. So let's go ahead and get back into it. I'm going to go here to my front plane and I'm going to create a sketch on my front plane. And I'm going to go here and just draw out like a circle, not that big, a circle about there. I'm going to go to Exit Sketch. Go back into 3D space, zoom out a little bit, move this over. I'm going to go to Revolve Boss Base. It's going to ask me for an axis of revolution now that I want to do a revolve. And so I can open up my design tree within the display area, and I can just pick any one of these that I want, and it's going to be this one, axis number 2. There you go. So confirm that, and now I've made this fun little donut shape using one of my stock axes. Just as easily, I can go ahead and delete that. Delete the sketch too. Go to another plane, like our top plane. Do a sketch on our top plane. There we go. And we'll go ahead and draw out a circle on this guy. There we go. Exit the sketch. Fire off a revolve boss base. It's going to ask us for an axis, and we're going to pick the axis that works for this one. And it's going to, this time it'll be the axis number 3. There we go. Just like that. So there you go. So that's why it's good to have a set of axes ready to go, and this is how to create a custom template so that once you make those 3 axes, you'll have them ready to go at any point. So there you go, guys. Everybody make your own template with all 3 axes ready to go. You can also click on them and rename them if it helps. But as you can see, just hovering over each one of them will show it in 3D space. So you should be able to get yourself off and running with all sorts of revolves. And in our next tutorial, we'll start to talk about creating patterns using, again, our axes. We've got a lot to cover. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. All right, bye.